let's get right into it. We're going to start with a huge discussion that kind of happened this week on Twitter, where a popular Packers podcaster, say that 5 times fast, compared Christian Watson, saying his hype was his
ceiling
was it was as high as Justin Jefferson or even Randy Moss. B, I'll let you start as the Bears fan to start tearing down the Packers fans and their hopes and dreams.
Yeah, guys, I'm not just saying this stuff because I am a Bears fan and wearing a Bears hat today. Emmett, their whole argument is Christian Watson has the measurables, right? 6'4", 220, can run a 4.3. Therefore, his ceiling is as high as Justin Jefferson. But, okay, the NFL is not a pony show. As we know, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Your genetics, right? All these guys are freak athletes. If every freak athlete was going to be the best of their, group, then it will just be a big game of find the biggest, strongest, fastest players on the planet, put them in a helmet and shoulder pads, and make them go like play. That's not the case. There's more to the receiver position than being tall and fast.
Yeah, and honestly, what's kind of funny about it is the tall, fast guys usually seem to flame out the most. I mean, look at like Kevin White, for example. Justin Blackmon's another one that comes to my mind. I mean, there's many examples of tall, fast receivers not succeeding. I mean, even if we're going to look at, dive into his numbers a little bit here, he was 5th in rookie receiving yards. That's just amongst rookies. He had 611 yards, which is about 200 behind George Pickens from the Steelers. And all the top receivers, we went back and kind of looked at their numbers. So you look at DeAndre Hopkins, if you want to look at Justin Jefferson, if you want to look at like Brandon Ike, we went across a plethora of different receivers that are all considered within the top 10 right now. Their rookie years, all of them except 2 had more than 800 yards receiving. The only 2 that didn't were Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams. Mm-hmm. So that seems to be more of like, oh my gosh, what's the term I'm thinking of? The outliers rather than the standard. So to me, we kind of discussed this because remember you asked me when he got drafted what my thoughts were about him.
Yeah.
So I actually went back and I pulled the notes. I did send you 4 clips, and in the 4 clips we kind of discussed about, he was taking 4 to 5 steps to get out of his break for hitch routes, curl routes, that kind of nature. He wasn't sinking his hips down. He was having to really like take that extra step or 2 to really start the comeback. At the NFL level, that's too many. You need to be in and out of your break in 2 to 3 steps. At the NFL level, these corners can all get out of their back pedals really quick. They can jump routes. Having those extra 2 steps is really going to drag it. I think we saw that in the season too, because they really towards the end said abandoned all route running with him and said, "Fuck it, you're on go routes, you're on crossing routes, or you're on screens," and that was pretty much it.
Right.
And it was successful for him because again, he is fast, but teams are going to adjust. They're going to roll a safety down for it or whatever they're going to do. He did have a good, the second clip I sent, I know we don't have these right now, but he did, he had a good job of feeling out the zone coverage. It was a cover 2 play and he ended up sitting in the hole shot, which allowed, I think it was Trey Lance at the time to find him. In clip 3, they had to run even at North Dakota, they had just running back wheels. They put him in the backfield, had to run a running back wheel again
because he's a freak athlete.
Yeah, he's a freak athlete. He's fast as all hell. Like, we're not discussing or debating that. And then in the final clip is the same thing. He was running a curl route. He had to like take like an extra hop. I think the ball actually got picked off on that one or something. But it's just a matter of there's a little bit more to being a receiver than just being tall and fast and strong. But I do want to also point out, and I think it's absolutely hilarious for Packers fans, just to get back to tearing them down, because I want to tear on Christian Watson. He seems like a very nice young man.
He's a very good player.
Yeah, I hope he's a really good player. I mean, I know a lot of 49ers fans really wanted us to draft him when he was coming out too, for because of the Trey Lance connection. And again, he's a low D1 guy who's trying to make it in the NFL. Like, those are always guys you want to root for.
Right.
I'm just pointing out where I think he needs to improve on, and I think he can work on sinking his hips, getting out of breaks a little bit quicker. I think there's a limit to what he can get into. I don't think his ceiling in that regard is Justin Jefferson, but I think it is just get back to tearing down Packers fans here. Why was the only comparison to Vikings receivers?
Right.
No, you didn't want to compare him to Terrell Owens or
or even Adams.
Nothing, or even Adams. Like, you had to it had to be a Vikings comp. Like, Let me
For
think.
sure.
Tall, fast, jumps. Why not just compare him to Calvin Johnson? I mean,
Yeah, for
was it
sure.
so was it really about, Christian Watson, where you guys just trying to take down Vikings fans here? Like say, hey guys,
Yeah.
look, we got a receiver too.
Which fan bases of the NFC North love to do. I
Oh my
mean,
God.
all of Twitter, we're taking shots at each other,
I
which is
didn't realize
fine.
that because obviously I'm a 49ers fan where I deal in the 49ers fandom, which is usually they take shots at each other. You
Mhm.
guys are petty as hell. I swear to God.
It's a
And every
fight.
I didn't realize how petty you guys were about every little thing. You're just trying to like take a dig here, take a dig there, and your
Every
pettiness
single
goes
day.
back decades.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, remember that one time Brett Favre was shitty in a game? Yeah.
Yeah,
We
no,
remember that.
that's so true, man. That's so true. But Evan,
Just
just going back on like your like point too, like saying that Christian Watson's ceiling is higher than currently, arguably the best receiver in the game right now.
yeah, he had
Based off
1,200 yards as a
what though?
rookie.
Yeah,
1,200
like
yards as a rookie. He had twice as many yards as Christian Watson did as a rookie. I mean, just sit here and just go with that assumption that, oh well, he's Justin Jefferson. He's better than Justin Jefferson because he's tall. I mean, that's I think there's a little bit of a denial starting to set in for Packers fans because they no longer have Aaron Rodgers. They no longer have Devontae Adams. The heyday of the team seems to really be getting behind them. And I think they're starting to fear going into being irrelevant. So they're trying to find a way to stay. Well, see, guys, look, Jordan Love is going to be the next Aaron Rodgers for sure. Look, Christian Watson is absolutely going to be better than Justin Jefferson. I think they need him to be like on a
to
on a
that to that point you just said about Love. I'm sorry, I just now thought about this. Someone did, maybe it was the same podcaster, I'm not sure. Jordan Love started one game against the Chiefs. Was it last year or 2 years ago? I don't really remember. I think it was. Yeah, I don't remember. But they pulled up a graphic. It was like I think the game was on like Fox, right? So Fox put up a graphic showing Mahomes and Love's like stats at that point, like the game, and Love had like comparable stats to like Mahomes. And they're like, see, at this point in the game, they had the same amount of
through
stats.
the second quarter of one game. He had the right. same numbers as Mahomes.
So therefore, he's gonna be a top 5 quarterback this upcoming season. I'm like, guys, that's not the way it works. And trust me, okay, I know I am a Bears fan, okay, but I'm not praying in anyone's downfall. Like, I'm not saying Love and Watson are going to be just bad players. They probably will be good, okay? But, like, let's wait to see what they do first.
I do want to add this disclaimer for myself. I love Wisconsin. I went to college out there with you, obviously. It's a nice state. It's a great food. Great food.
Oh,
great drinking scene. Yeah. There are more hidden beauties in Wisconsin than I think most people will even realize. And I keep trying to convince people, like, you need to go out there and see this place. Like, it doesn't sound like it, but it's really cool. So it's not a matter of I just hate Wisconsin. Like, I just think it's a matter of, I think that you need to set some real expectations in here. You can't assume every quarterback you're drafting is going to be, the next Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre. And now that I'm realizing we're saying this, I swear to God, if this dude becomes the next Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers, we're going to have so much egg on our face.
Oh, you know what? That comes with the territory, and we're not the only people saying this. I mean, like, at some point, like, if he does end up being another Hall of Famer, then the Packers, I don't know how they find quarterbacks, but whatever their like secret sauce is, please share it. Please share it with like the Bears even. Like, I think the NFL I don't know how they keep finding all these Hall of Fame quarterbacks. you know?
Yeah, I don't know. But again, I think it's just a matter of, I think there's a little bit of a fear of fading into irrelevance because they haven't been irrelevant in like 30 years. They're also not a big, attractive destination to free agents. They're not really known for spending a bunch of money. So I think it's a matter of, like, I think as a Packers fan, like, you need to really like hope that Christian Watson becomes Devontae Adams or better, or, Jordan Love becomes Aaron Rodgers or better, because it keeps you relevant. Because without that relevancy, you kind of start to fade into obscurity.